Hi Pisces, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a very cool reading, Pisces. We do. And I feel like this is a little bit of a trip reading because it's your birthday. It's your birthday, right? And we have Scorpio here, right, as kind of the leading card. And Scorpio is about profound change in your life, right? We have the Tower down here and the Death card. And so you're letting something die. Yeah, you're letting something, maybe it's a way of living, it could be, but I also feel like you're saying goodbye to something that you really wanted in the past. And you're like, well, it didn't work out. And so your current energy over here is really cool. You have justice, social life, and the good fortune card, right? Interesting, the social life is the Eight of Cups. And instead of him walking away, though, he's sitting here drinking. Yeah, he is. And, it's a different deck. But I feel like you are, in the past, you just accepted some type of an ending about something that you really wanted. You could have kind of had a fever over it. Yeah, kind of like this real, kind of, it was intense for you. And Scorpio talks about things that are intense. It's an intense sign. They're very intense. Yeah, they are. If not on the outside, deep down, right? They're kind of, they're inward personality. And this is about profound change, deaths and transformation. Yeah, interesting how Mars rules, right? The ruling planets for Scorpio. I knew it was Pluto, which is kind of about, the underworld and transformation and regeneration, kind of the esoteric, right? Things that are hidden. It can be about secrets too, and major intuition. But this Mars, I didn't realize that, right? So there's some kind of anger. I feel like this thing made you angry. Yeah, I feel like it did. We have the Ten of Wands or the Three of Wands. It's labor though, and he's carrying these. He's carrying these logs, right? And they're breaking his back here. This is in the past though. Currently here. I feel like you are walking away from, you're just walking away from something here. And basically, you're kind of saying to yourself, well, you could be saying to yourself, well, these are the consequences because I had a deep fever for somebody. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of saying that to yourself in this reading because there's intensity in this reading. There is. And so, but here, you're like enjoying yourself right here. I feel like you are. Here you are. It looks like you're hitting the piñata here, but I'm not really sure what that is. But she's she's breaking some type of a pot, and there's something in it, right? Probably alcohol, but who knows? And so she's got her, her blindfold on, like when you break the piñata, right? And so the social life. Let's look at it. The Eight of Cups, and this is living alone robs all pleasure from living. Well, he lives alone here. This is interesting here. Yeah, I mean, looking at that one card, Pisces, you might be feeling like you're living alone right now, and these are the consequences of something. I feel like you wasted your time. Yeah, you wasted your time with somebody. Exactly right. Yes. Okay. There you go. I was kind of like, well, this social life says it all with this gnomes. With these gnomes, right? It's entirely different. I thought he was having a good time, but he's sitting there drinking, but it talks about, living alone, not really having a social life. That's really what this talks about, the Eight of Cups. But you have the good fortune card here. Yeah, this is la buena suerte, right? Good luck. Buena suerte. Yeah, it is. Suerte. Yeah, whatever. But they're saying it different here in Italian here, but she's taking a crack at something. So, you're taking a crack at something, but I feel like you're going to have good luck here. Yeah, I feel like you are. Because something old is dying off and you're letting it, something that it might have really you might have had something to deal with here. I feel like you probably did. And so, but yeah, you're taking a crack at something new. I also feel like you're being very you're looking at things kind of in some type of you're looking at things kind of with balance. We have this, here's the gnome holding the scales, right? And this is La Justicia, right? The justice card. And so you're looking at things kind of like, well, these are the consequences. Like you're being practical. Yeah, you're not being overly emotional right here, which is great because we know Pisceans have enough emotions. Yeah, they have a lot of emotions, right? My daughter she can give me a couple, right? She could, because she's got tons, right? Yeah, very loving, and romantic, yeah. And so down here we see the Tower, and we see the Death card, and we see the Knight of Wands. The Death card is, it can be a transformation here. It can. Interesting thing here because he's got all this gold here, and he looks like he's walking away from a treasure. Let's have a look at the World, and maybe at the Death card, the World. The Death card, and this is the Keeper of the Kingdom of Death, where souls abandoned bodies and everything they possessed. It's possible maybe you're giving everything you had away. Like maybe you don't want to remember here this situation. This is very deep, I could tell. But you could be giving something like I don't want these old things that somebody used to have or that you shared together, something like that. You're really giving things away. You're really giving something away. But what you're really doing is turning your back on something, and you are regenerating. And that's why this is so very cool, because it doesn't just talk about endings, and you also look like you have this knowledge here. Yeah, you do. You have some type of wisdom. Yeah, you do. Let's see what they say. What they say about that Justice card. Good God. Let's see. I get so into the reading here. Let's see what they say one more time. Did I read the Justice card? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. I'm sorry, you guys. And the Justice card, the blind priestess was called to verify the death of Ur. Ur is somebody, right? Unknown, but was none other than somebody very important, right? But was none other than a messenger of a higher justice consequences. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. You realize here that you're living with balance. That's what you're doing in this reading. Like you have some like new harmony that you brought to yourself, but it's really balance and seeing the truth, and like knowing, like this wisdom. Well, there's consequences, when we kind of maybe dive into something. There's something in this reading where you knew you shouldn't have done it. Yeah, there is something in this reading that's coming to me where like, well, maybe I should have done that, but at least I learned, right, with these consequences. All right. So, here you are, though, ending something here, turning your back on something. You're doing it now. I feel like you are. And let's see. But I feel like you are probably trying to really get it out of your mind and your life, right? With this, his name is Mickham or Mickham, and he's the scythe, or not the scythe. He's the not the devil, the skeleton of death, right? Yeah. Let's see what they say about the Tower. I feel like the Tower means something very interesting here in this reading. Yeah, the demon's fury broke the Tower in two, hurling the fool into profound terror. This is ruin. You're leaving this ruin behind. Yeah, you are. And you're not in any terror. I don't believe you are, Pisces. Hopefully not. Yeah, you were angry about something. It does look like that. You were angry about spending your time with somebody. Like you got kind of like mad at yourself a little bit. Yeah, I feel like you did. There is some profound wisdom in this reading, though. I feel like there is. Let's see what they say about the Knight of Wands. El Caballero. Let's see what it says. English, right? Ambition can lead ahead along the chosen path. Yeah, you're just like you're paying attention to your career here. Or something that, right? Maybe, open your own business, but some type of ambition here. Yeah, and you're like, oh, screw this. I'm leaving all this behind. Yeah, that's why we have the Scorpio card. We also have the Praying Mantis, Pisces. And, this talks about wit and fun, can talk about manipulation here. We also have the Rebellion card. And this is this lady who, she said, screw this, she's leaving everything behind. I feel like you're leaving some type of manipulation behind, but I feel like you are like, in this reading, you're being very intelligent and you're being very, like, just wise, kind of, right? Yeah, this could be you over here with this tower, this rebellion card, with the tower and the death card. Like, I'm just here, I'm just leaving all this. Like you could even be leaving behind possibly like jewelry or something. Like, I don't want your ring anymore, or just something like that. But definitely, you're leaving something behind in its totality. Yeah. Here's the wildflowers card. This is renewal, romance, and awakening. You may have gone through a major awakening here about this situation. It's also possible you wanted a renewal with somebody, but I feel like you yourself are going through some type of awakening and renewal. And then we have the spider. And you are focusing on your renewal here, Pisces. The spider can be focusing and planning. What else do they say about the spider? Let's have a look here. Here he is, spinning a web, right? It's not deception, you guys. No, it's not. Let's see what it says. Digesting. Yeah, you're digesting all this. Yeah, this is like a process here. I'm digesting this, but here I go. And, open the door. And if you live, on the second floor, you're just throwing it all out. Whoever this is, throwing it all down the stairs, right? If you live in an apartment building where they have a chute, yeah, you're like, oh, good. Let me just open this little trap door and throw all their BS away. All their emotional BS, whoever this is. Maybe it wasn't about romance, but I feel like it was for the most part, right? It's possible, too, here that this was also about kind of, maybe it was about a career, too. But this, the social life talks about kind of, in this deck talks about, it can be like if you live alone, it can rob you of your pleasure, but you have the good fortune card next to it. So this is, this is like a new beginning for you. Like, yeah, I'm going for this for sure, right? And it's like, I'm okay with it. Yeah, this is the Six of Wands. This is like a victory. Like, I'm going to be okay living alone. Maybe you thought before it was going to be sad. You could be going through a breakup for some of you guys. It's possible here. And down here, Pisces, sorry guys, is the Eight of Swords and the Three of Cups. So, you might have wanted this renewal with somebody here, right? I feel like you are releasing yourself from all like interest in this person, right? Yeah, you're like, where's the nearest garbage can so I can go, just drop all this stuff in there, whatever it is. It could be your heart, like, like whatever's in your mind, right? And they say that when you're mad at somebody and you can't really talk to them, you just do it in your mind, right? Or you can just do it in your house. You can actually act through it, right? And just act through it and get it out of your system, right? And it's exactly right. So let's see what we have. We're going to use the Lenormand here for Pisces, right? And yeah. And we have the community card. Yeah, it's possible here there was a family here, but it's also possible that you kind of thought this person originally was your tribe. Like, this person's like good for me, or I like this type, this is my type, possibly here. And for some of you guys, you could be releasing yourself maybe from a relationship where, you have a child. It's possible because there's three people here. There's three people on the community card. The Sun card is reversed. Yeah, you don't see, like, you're releasing yourself. You felt really stuck about this, but like, you don't see any happiness here, right? You're completely illuminated here. The Sun card's reversed. And the Queen of Swords is down here, and here you are discerning. And we have about you are discerning here, but it kind of in a way, like, I feel like the Queen of Swords in this reading is more like either you think this person you're kind of tripping on here, or you're right, or concerned with here is having a new beginning with somebody else, or you're just kind of in this Queen of Swords energy, like, no, you're not like worthy, because sometimes she can be, a little angry, right? The Queen of Swords. This could just be you, like, oh no, you're not worthy to have a new beginning with me. You could be in that type of energy too about this person. The Knight of Wands is here, and the storm. You put this in the past. You see, Pisces, you did. You could have been in a storm, maybe about somebody taking action. Maybe they were a fire sign. Maybe about somebody who was a little bit of a player here, possibly. Sometimes the Knight of Wands talks about somebody who may be a player. And what's helping you here is the Four of Swords. Maybe you guys are going to church. It could be. Or, he's in the church, right, praying. But it could be you're meditating. It could be you're in your quiet space and this is helping you. It could be. Let's see. And let's see what else we have. And the courtship card. Yeah, see, this was about a relationship for sure. This could have helped you. I feel like you kind of are in your space here about like just taking your time about what you were going to do about this, because the spider is here and talks about focus and digesting, right? Planning and things like that. I feel like this is what's helping you here. Yeah, and let's see what else. And we have in the near future, we have the Five of Swords. This is your victory here. And you might have maybe you feel like there's a loss here, Eight of Swords in this reading, but your advice down here is the Eight of Cups. Let's move the camera, you guys. I beg your pardon. Seriously. Now you can see all the cards, right? But the Eight of Cups is in your advice. Just let this person go. Just walk away. And you know that, like you're being your own best advisor, right? Over here, you're being a lawyer here, Pisces, right? She's Helga, and she's a blind high priestess. Yeah. Like, I don't need to see through. I don't need to be able to see physically to see through this shit, right? Because that's what she's doing here, right? Yeah, Helga, the blind priestess. And, she's holding her sword kind of like with her fist, right? It's kind of funny a little bit, like, I'll whip your butt, right? Five of Swords here, and shows up for you in the near future. This is a victory and a defeat. This is a little bit of chaos for you. I feel like it is. And then we have the Toil and Labor card, you see? Yeah, this bothered you here. Yeah, this is just saying that this bothered you. It did. But I feel like you're kicking butt over here, Pisces, though. I feel like you are. And then we have like you're strong. You're like you gain strength from this situation, clearly, right? And let's see what your advice with is the Eight of Cups. Is the Tree of Life. Yeah, just heal. Let this person use your wisdom, the Tree of Life, and let heal and let that person move on, or you move on. And he's looking for his next adventure, right? He knows. He goes, there's nothing for me over here. I have to be wise and use my time on something that better, it's better for me. Not all this kind of trouble or whatever went on here, right? In your environment, Pisces, Seven of Pentacles, and you have the false person. Yeah, so this person was most likely false in your environment. And you're kind of looking right here. This could be you in a very general sense. And this is kind of what I need to do. Yeah, the general sense. I usually read it very detailed, but it's more of a general with these cards. These aren't, it just is. They're not even really oracle cards that say the exact meaning. An oracle card would just give you the exact meaning here. In other words, there's not so many other meanings that go with it. But here, with this image here you are looking at you could be looking at your money. You might be thinking that this person here is maybe with somebody else for money. You could, but I feel like you are maybe, in your environment, you're wondering what's going to happen to this false person. Like, kind of it might be really brief, right? Like, you're like, well, I'm letting you go for sure. I'm turning you, I'm casting you to the wind, kind of, and, you can blow wherever you blow, right? And you could be wondering what's going to happen with that person. Yeah, you could. Like, what's going to happen with, not with you, but kind of possibly in their own life. You have the Ace of Cups in the reverse, Pisces. And, you could be hoping things won't work out for this person, for some of you. Right? You could be saying, the hell with you, right? You might. Here you are as a Queen of Swords. You could be saying, screw you, right? You deserve this. You could. Because we have justice here, and it talks about consequences. Yeah, this is kind of It's a little bit of a funny reading, but I feel like you are like paying attention to what matters in your life right now. Yeah, let's see why you have that Ace of Cups reversed. This is a reading about somebody who gets a lot stronger, but kind of through chaos. Yeah, and it's somebody who gains so much wisdom. And it could be somebody you could really, maybe you're married to this person with this in their family, maybe with the community card, but maybe they're married, right? Could be. But the point about it is that I feel like in a way you suffered here, but you're like, well, life goes on. Yeah, and so, you're being like wise. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, right? And we have the mountain here. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just kind of, you might want this person kind of maybe not to be happy. You could, right? It's kind of good luck, but get the hell out of here, and don't let the doorknob hit you where the dog should have bit you. That kind of stuff. But at the same time, here, Pisces, maybe you are just. I feel like this could just be saying it bothered you here. Yeah, and it could also be saying here that you could have wanted somebody who was in another relationship, possibly, or maybe they want to go be in another relationship, right? It's not entirely clear. But you start with the Scorpio card. This is a kick-ass card. Scorpios can deal with death, and they can deal with endings. Yeah, one of my houses in Scorpio, or Pluto is in one of my houses. And so it talks about, whatever house is, if it's in like Capricorn, right? If Pluto is in like the 10th house, for example, right? Then this could be saying that, that I could deal with endings in my career, or I can go and rebuild, right? Because Capricorn is the house of adventure. So that's kind of what you're doing here. You're being a badass here, and you're like, well, I could deal with it. I'm going to turn this into a win. It might have been a loss, but yeah, I feel like that's what you're doing. And where are we now? And let's get one more card on your hopes and fears. And yeah, you want a new beginning with this person. It's also possible that there's a child in this reading, because we have the community card here, and they're with their son, and here's a little girl here, right? Yeah. In your outcome is the Nine of Cups, Pisces. And this is you getting your wish, but I don't think it's this wish here. I don't think so. It's possible. It's possible you left somebody else and you really learned, and you're like, well, these are the consequences, kind of, right? Learning this major wisdom, but you could, and now, it could be that, but you have your wish here. I don't think it's this particular situation, though. No, I don't. It's either another relationship that could be coming your way, or that maybe you're getting into, but in the end, this is like self-love in this reading, this Nine of Cups. Yeah, this is like, well, and he's here alone, right? It's not the Ten of Cups. There's like a family, or there's, these people, right? No, he's by himself. This is like self-love in this particular reading. And this is what you are exuding in this reading. Yeah, and I feel like you could have had might have went through a storm over this. You could have. Let's see what else we have. And we have the Great Fortune card. OMG. Yeah, this is in your outcome. This is a great reading, after all. Right? It is. I mean, it started out good for me, but, I see kind of the pros and cons, of course, right? But this great fortune, this looks like you're going to have your wish possibly in your career, because you have the career card here, and it shows up here in the near future. La Carrera, right? Yeah, this is the career card. And here you are, the Great Fortune and the Nine of Cups. So you're either going to have a relationship that is, you're going to end up either with a relationship that pleases you, right? That fills all your cups, or a career, or both. Because here's Scorpio showing you the regeneration. Yeah, we're going to end this reading, you guys. Bomb reading. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. God bless you guys. And where are we here? Yeah, we're also coming into this energy of Capricorn will be in Pisces. I think it's now, okay? The dates sometimes elude me. It's either now or in March. But, Capricorn in Pisces makes dreams realistic. It does. And it doesn't make us so emotional, right? Where you're just like, well, if it doesn't work, oh, I'm going to be like heartbroken. Yeah, no, it really gives a practicality to the beautiful energy that Pisces has, because Pisces is about dreams. It really is. And it's about feelings and romance for sure. So we're going to end this reading, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here.